So, I'm in Crawley Wally, and she's pretty wet. Even the topping, and as you can see over there, we modified our old 8-foot Krone. Is it Krone? I want to say Krone. Mower. We took the whole guards off the back of her to leave her a bit lighter, and we're using her for topping now. So she makes an awful lot better job than the topper does. The big 8-foot topper we have, I don't know what's wrong with her, but she just keeps busting shear pins or shear bolts. And our cunning plan for this wee doll, because she tracks quite badly, and then you run over the tracks. I've just been reversing everywhere, but man, is it a pain in this yoke. Because whenever you pull the gear stick back, she's now moving backwards, but you can't steer until the gear stick's back like here, so you have to be going quite quick. So it's not, well, quick's relative in this yoke. Like 100 meters a minute is slow, but like 3Ks, because she turns so viciously, she just breaks one track and whirls right round on you. If you're going any kind of speed, she's hard to manage. So we give her a wee boot load. I'm really not going to be able to do this with one hand. But, oh well. Looks kind of weird without the guard on the back of her. This yoke here, you've kind of, this is your move, this is your throttle, and this is your arms, but you kind of all need this one hand, but then you also need the hand to steer. So she's a lot harder to record anything in than any of the other tractors, so I'll come back whenever this is finished. So I was making good out of progress, reversing up and down, and I did in under all them bushes and all. And then I hit a big rush bush, and she let a big bang out of her. But the PDO still seems to be going around in this yoke, and it's still going up on the gauge, so I think it's a shear bolt in the gearbox, which is annoying. But I'm glad it's the topper and not the tractor, because that would have been a pain. So I was chatting to, I think it's just shear bolt in the shaft, but I don't have any shear bolts. So I have the walk of shame over me, and he's going to finish that wee bit, which is really annoying because I was getting on alright. Like, I'd done all these awkward bits in under the trees and backward forward and faffing about, and in the time it took me to do half of this and break the topper, he did that whole big feat. So yeah, I've said it before, I'm not the best help to him sometimes, most of the time, but I'd say Aveno's good in the ground now. So I'll show you whenever I'm going back out again. There's a bit where she was starting to go down, and that was why I brought this yoke out. There's a wee bit I just had to finish for him, you know. Just a wee corner. She was leaving big cracks every time he went closer. She was making them deeper. So went in and polished them off with this, and she did a good job of that. But man, she's slow compared to that. We were actually thinking a wee 6-foot offset topper, or even a drum mower, because it offsets the whole thing. Like, I could drive forward instead of having to reverse the whole time, and it's a massive inconvenience. I guess the other thing is you could put a front PTO on her and put this on the front, but I think that'd be a bad idea too. It's just we were kind of disappointed with how bad the flail topper ended up being, the yellow one. Same problem, just she pushes down tramps where the wheels go, and then she's not fit to cut it. It's just, and if you drop her too low, then she turns into a rotavator, like, it makes a real mess altogether. It's not, I think the offset like that there's the job. And to be honest, you'd probably buy a mower like that Agile one, for a lot less than any topper. Just a pity she's so heavy with the veins on the back of her putting it into rows. That's what we took off. I called it a guard, but it's not really. You can see the back of her. There's normally a big V on the back of her to put it into a row. Right, I'd better head in, or I'll not be in before him. Which is really hard to explain. What were you doing? I was sitting recording you, and she's a crawler, so she's really slow. But I see this here. Oh, maybe you can't see it, but she's so hard to drive with one hand. It's not even funny. These tracks into the gap, I'm not sure if you can see them because they're kind of in the shade. But Madam Crawley Wally left little tiny tracks, and I went to walk out to tell Dad what I'd broke, and I nearly lost my welly. It went right up to my ankle, like, it was shocking. But she just comes through. I've rolled in the big hole I made with the size of my welly just. There does be some years this field be so wet that you can't top it, and then the next time you go to do it, the rushes are that heavy that it had taken off a long time for them to rot down in, but they're still right greeny this year, you know. Whenever they go real, like 6 foot tall and browny, that's never, they're too dry to do anything with. But I've seen this before times, if it's real heavy crop, baling it and using it for bedding, because it's an awful lot cheaper than straw would be. So this bit here, let me just get through the gap, because she has a bit of a tail swing on her, especially the way she turns. So this bit here was done by me this morning there in this yoke. The rest of the field was done by Dad yesterday. But you'll see just this corner, like it's pretty mucky. She didn't even track it. And then whenever I get up here, you'll see his last tracks there. It doesn't really show up in the camera, but you can see one there too. She was starting to make a bit of a mess, so he just pulled out of it and left the rest of it for me. So Well, not for me, for this. I'm sure he'll be thinking twice about letting me do anything for a wee while. So that's the story. She's still absolutely amazing on ground. It's just a pity. I must have hit that rush a wee bit too hard, and there must have been a stick in it or something. Because I mean, she's a crawler. You're not hitting them hard. Like even if I wanted to, the most I could hit it at's like 12k. No, actually, in reverse, it's not even that. So, oh well. Here's the cows and calves out. Nice to see. They have finished in that field. They finished in that field, and then the one we just did. And now they're in here again, and then we'll have to top it again too. So it's just never ending. But it's nice to be out whenever the sun's shining, even though I got absolutely drowned in earlier, because for whatever reason she likes to rain into the back of the cab. The back window is so big it blows the rain in. And I was complaining about it to Dad. I was saying how bad the back window is in it, and it lets the whole rain in. And then I remembered that the 70 has a missing back window because he broke it with the shredder a long time ago, and we never got round to fixing it again. So, as bad as this show goes, I think his was worse. Alright then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Cheers! This is as much to remind me as it is anyone else, but the PDO shaft itself is in 2 parts and there's a bolt that goes through. Now, you'll remember that, Dave, because that's going to happen again. Alright, see ya. Thanks.